Hey Hofstra fans, it's time once again for the WV Masons Coaches Report. I'm Rob Joyce, joined as always by the head coach of Hofstra softball, Bill Edwards. Coach, how are you?
Doing all right.
Now, this past week you take on Georgia State in the CAA in your CAA home opener, and you fall in the first game, then win the final two. What are your thoughts on the weekend?
Good weekend. Ran into a great Georgia State team that really competed hard against us. I think when we went into their yard last year and beat them 3, they wanted to come back and really compete. It's also a very friendly rivalry with them leaving the conference. We're gonna miss having them in our conference and the great rivalry that we've established with them. But the first game, Worley, and even in the third game, she threw gems. I mean, she was painting the corners and she was controlling both sides of the plate. We had some opportunities and just couldn't get the key hit when we had to get the key hit. Olivia lives and dies with her rise ball, and their leadoff hitter got her twice. The wind was blowing out. Olivia left it up over the heart of the plate. Kid got a great swing at it and hit a couple homers over her. So that was part of the weekend. It was who got the timely hit, when they got it, and very, very competitive weekend. It was great to be in that atmosphere again. It was almost like a super regional. It was good stuff.
Then game one, Olivia giving up 3 home runs in that loss. What's her mindset when she gives up a home run? What is her approach to the next bat?
It's that pitch. It's that rise ball pitch. You get a lot of strikeouts with it, and if the ball is going to be hit, if it's going to be squared up, it's going to go out of the park because it's a rise ball and it's up. And then he pitches up in his zone. The hitter sees it well, and if it doesn't have that little hop to pop it up or swing and miss, pitcher could be in trouble. She knows that. She's experienced that before. A lot of her home runs have been hit off of that rise ball, and she knows that. So she has the mindset of, okay, I didn't get that pitch, I'm going to get the next one. So she's very mature about that. She understands the game. She understands the pitch. She understands what she has to do. Usually doesn't affect her, and it really didn't affect her. She got after it.
Then Friday was a doubleheader, so you lose game 1, and half an hour later you play game 2. Is that the kind of response you're looking for in such a short time span?
Right away. Yep. Get right back on the horse, ride it, kick it, and run it. And that's what we did. And I really liked the way that we bounced back from that. I was very, very proud with the way that we responded, because athletes have to have the adversity, and then it's not what you do with the adversity, it's how you respond to it. And we really played well in the second game.
Then your freshmen starting to get acclimated to conference play?
Yeah, it was really great to see them, not necessarily feel the pressure of conference play, but you could sense that it was a conference atmosphere against a real competitive conference opponent. So it was good to see them get after it a little bit at a higher level. And sometimes when that happens, you have a tendency to leave the zone a little bit, get anxious at the plate. But the one thing that was consistent the whole weekend was that we played great defense. And in order to win, you have to have pitching and defense. So anytime you take 2 out of 3 from a Georgia State, I'll take it.
And then you have some older players who are, you can say, struggling at the plate in terms of their numbers are dropping. Tessa Ziemba, Tori Rocha, Becca Bigler. Is it just the ebbs and flows of the season?
Absolutely. We're going to get on hot streaks and we're going to get on cold streaks. The key is that someone in the lineup has always got to be hitting. And the great thing about this team is that we have players all the way through, and we can pull players off of the bench that when someone is not going well, somebody else is going to pick them up. And it's those lines, those 9 lines in that lineup that you're always looking at and saying, okay, hey, pick me up. I didn't get the hit this time. Next person, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. And I think that's the mentality that we have, is that we don't get necessarily panic mode about, okay, somebody's not hitting, Tessa's not hitting. Tessa's not going to hit, Becca's going to hit. If Becca's not going to hit, Aaron Trippy's going to hit. I mean, it goes all the way down the lineup. So we're going to ebb and flow it and just keep doing what we do.
And this week you take on Rutgers, you take on Marison Drexel at Rutgers. Head coach is Olivia Galati's new coach come this summer, the number 2 overall pick in the draft yesterday to the New York, New Jersey Comets. What does this do for the program?
Oh, it just, makes everyone realize that we've arrived, that Olivia is for real, that she's a number 1, first round pick, the number 2 pick overall. to a team that's local. I mean, it's just a tremendous feather in our cap, and feather in Olivia's cap for how hard she's worked, and we're just so proud of her, proud of what she's done for the university. It was really, really good to see that last night. I almost fell out of my chair. I knew she was going to go early, and I didn't realize that she was going to go number 2 overall. You know, I've been talking to some general managers and, you know, communicating with the league a little bit, and you know, to have her go number 2 overall is really, really special for Hofstra softball.
And I actually saw that she wanted to go number 3 too. I think it was one of the other teams, Chicago maybe, and New York, New Jersey scooped her right up, so
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you know, to have her play for a very, very good friend of mine, Jay Nelson, who is a great guy, great coach. She's in a great situation, so I'm ecstatic for her. I'm ecstatic for the, you know, for the Comets, for Jay and his staff, who's going to put together a great team for professional softball in this area. I just think it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for her and for the people in the Northeast to see one of their own, you know, pitching against the best players in the country.
Now, in terms of Jay Nelson's current team, Rutgers, you take them on tomorrow in a doubleheader. What do you see from the Scarlet Knights?
Good ball club, very, very competitive. They beat South Florida, they beat UConn twice. They're right there, so it's going to be a very competitive doubleheader, and it's great to have those competitive doubleheaders midweek because it's sort of going to get us ready for the weekend. Jay does a great job down there. Rutgers is going to be in the thick of that Big East challenge, so we're excited for the doubleheader tomorrow.
Now, it kind of goes based on the pitch count, but with 4 games in 2 days, how do you handle the pitching?
We'll go on a pitch count. We'll see exactly how much. We know how many pitches we want her to throw on Wednesday. We know how many pitches we want her to throw on Thursday to get her ready for the weekend. We'll count them up. We'll see exactly where we are. And the way that Vicky threw against Lehigh, we don't have any problems, you know, in throwing her a game or 2.
Yeah, what is her mindset going in, knowing Olivia has X amount of pitches, so she may or may not throw on a given day?
She's right there, learning what it is to be a number 2, learning what it is that when you have a dominant number 1, you have to be ready when you're called upon. Athletes at this level, all they want is an opportunity. And when she got her opportunity down at Lehigh, she earned another opportunity. So whether or not it's going to come against Rutgers or against Marist or even against Drexel, she's ready to go. She's been working hard. We've been working, again, with some of her techniques and fundamentals to get her even more ready. And she's very receptive, and she's someone that is, you know, really going to contribute down the line for us.
Then this weekend you have 3 with the Dragons. That's 2 opponents away, but still, what do you see from the Dragons?
I don't even know yet. I haven't even looked at them. Yeah, I go one doubleheader at a time. I can tell you a little bit about Rutgers. I can tell you very little about Marist. I'll start doing a little, you know, Marist work today, and then start getting ready for Drexel as we get closer to that time.
All right, Head Coach Bill Edwards, thanks as always for the time.
Always a pleasure.
Hofstra takes on Rutgers tomorrow in a doubleheader, and then Marist Thursday in a doubleheader. You can listen to every game through the Pride Zone account. I'm Rob Joyce. Thanks, Hofstra fans, for tuning in to the WB Mason's Coaches Report with Bill Edwards.